if you want to get married, you should be dating as if you want to get married. So you're going to be acting the same way when you're dating as you would if you were married.
The concept of marriage really comes back from Europe and just families moving for power and political stuff.
My husband is going to be acting the same way he does while we're not married when we are married. So there will be no issues about, oh, he changed, he did this, blah, blah, blah. No.
Marriage is more for property.
For business. It's a business.
It's a business decision.
Marriages are just dying out anyways.
Do you want to be married?
Yes.
Yes.
Eventually. No.
I feel like your generation is looking at the older generations and what their portrayal of relationships was and seeing how it was so propagandized and seeing where the cracks in it is. Because the concept of marriage really comes back from Europe and just families moving for power and political stuff.
Well, I disagree. I'm West African, and concept of marriage has always been a thing,
Well,
even in tribes and stuff like that.
Well,
Come from Europe.
Gene, we're in America.
I'm just trying to check what you said.
No, I'm talking about the concept in America
Okay.
and what we're propagandized to. Africa definitely has a better understanding of what it is. But I'm saying like it was more in that property value. Like marriage is more for property.
For business. It's a business.
It's a business decision. Mm-hmm. So I can see why the new generation is looking at that, and like everyone who like kind of follows that in a traditional sense of a tradition that's like, this is the tradition. This is how it has to be. The new gen is like, this is stupid.
I get what you mean, but I also have a question to you guys. What does marriage mean to you specifically, if you can describe it?
It's a binding union of two people who want to be together forever and cherish each other and create a life, essentially.
What about you?
Well, go ahead.
That's about it, man.
No, because like marriage is more than what people like. Oh, it's just a piece of paper, but it's not. Like you are creating a life and essentially a legacy for your future generations to look back on. And a lot of people nowadays get married just to say they did it, and then they do a lot of BS and end up getting divorced or whatever. But when you actually find that person who you're going to cherish and live together forever and, you know, do all the fairy tale stuff, you wouldn't do certain things to compromise that.
Okay. So you said that you would like to be married one day, right?
Yeah.
So within your marriage, right? Let's say your husband does something that annoys you, or like that you said that you wouldn't tolerate, right?
Yeah.
Are you immediately gonna like end the marriage?
I'm going to communicate. You got it one more time.
One strike within the marriage.
Yes.
So you're gonna be like Jelly Roll.
Because the thing is though, right? You dated me before we got married, so you know how I am.
But you also dated him before you got married.
Exactly.
So you know how he is.
Okay, but if he made it past that dating phase, then he wouldn't be doing stuff that would get him divorced.
You said one time though. My issue is the fact that you're like, it's a one strike thing.
One time. I don't have to tell you more than once. You're not a child. You're a grown man.
Yeah, but
No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
I see what you're saying, but I think marriage is just different. Like you're locked in.
It's not. You should be dating. If you want to get married, you should be dating as if you want to get married. So you're going to be acting the same way when you're dating as you would if you were married.
I disagree.
Well, then.
Oh, I want to hear this.
However, in my opinion, if you're dating and you're acting the way you would in a marriage, as you should, because if that's your goal, you should be doing that, then there would be no issues once you get married because you were already acting this way. My husband is going to be acting the same way he does while we're not married when we are married. So there will be no issues about, oh, he changed, he did this, blah, blah, blah. No, I already knew who you were. So now you are that same person as my husband. There's no issues.
But
I feel like holding people to such standards all the time is unrealistic because people are humans. Their emotion varies every day. Stuff happens.
And people evolve.
Yeah.
People aren't going to be the same people in the next 5 years or the next 10.
People mess up sometimes.
Like, do you think you're the same person that you were when you were like
a child?
5 years ago?
A child? Like
21.
literally 21. And as much as people try to paint it as, oh, you're this grandiose adult, you're really a child still. Like you still have a very child and no shade, but you really still have a very limited view on life because you haven't really experienced much. And that's coming from someone who was 21, now I'm 25. I'm a completely different person then than I am now.
You think you could tell your 21-year-old self that? right now, and they'll listen.
Yes, 100%. My 21-year-old self is very adaptable. Like, very. Now, my 15-year-old self, absolutely not. Like, girl, what are you talking about? But yeah, 21, you're still very much limited in what you know. And even as a 25-year-old, I know I'll know so much more when I'm 30. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, I know everything in life. However, when I am married to my husband, whenever that is, late 20s, early 30s, whatever the case is, they are a grown adult. They're not 21. They have lived their life. We have lived our lives. You know what right from wrong. I don't have to tell you more than once. There's nothing else to talk about. I told you I don't like this. You either listen or you don't, and we're going to get to stepping if you don't. And if you do, then we're fine. There's nothing else to talk about. People have to understand, yes, humans make mistakes, but people also do things on purpose. You know exactly what you're doing. There's nothing to talk about. You're doing this because you want to do it. You're acting selfishly on whatever you're doing. I don't have to tell you more than once for you to understand that. We have to stop giving people excuses because we feel as though, oh, humans make mistakes. You're a grown person. You have a brain, just like I do. If I were to do that same mistake, would you have forgiven me? No, you wouldn't. So we're not going to do this.
Now I'll ask you this: can you forgive?
I can forgive, and I can also move on. Simultaneously, two things would be true at once. I'm going to forgive you. I'm going to move on. You messed up.
That's fair.
We're basing real life off of a cinematic movie that's scripted.
Art imitates life, and life imitates
Yeah, I
art.
feel like
But
those are real situations that
Here's where I'm gonna say for
That's a
that
personal
specific
problem.
thing. Back then, people, I don't think that like back then people married for love.
They didn't.
Okay,
A lot of
wait,
times.
wait. How far back are you talking about?
The 90s. No,
That's
I'm
not
sorry.
how you
The
say it.
It's not
50s,
that far back.
the 50s, the 60s,
I heavily disagree.
the 50s, the 60s, the 70s. I don't think everybody was out here just marrying
Not
for love.
everybody,
I
but-
think for marrying for love
was
was
scarce.
was scarce, and everyone was marrying for
survival.
well, first of all, women couldn't do anything, so but people weren't really marrying 100%.
I agree with you.
Because like right now we have social media and options. Back then, you had your area, your town. You better pick somebody and move on.
I can agree to a certain extent depending on the location. I feel like, for example, let's
Oh
say
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a
let's say
location.
in West Africa, right? I'm gonna give that an example because I know it very well, right? Yeah, I can agree that women weren't marrying for love. Like you were just gotta get married. You're that age now. Gotta go make a family. But here in the United States, I feel like it's different. Oh, I actually like this person. I like how he makes me feel. I want to explore that. I feel like it depends on the location.
The woman had to be married. Like they weren't trained to go out and work and get a career. They were like, you're trained to be married.
Yeah.
Mm.
You couldn't get a baby.
That was in the 50s.
You couldn't get a house.
And that culture, I would say, stemmed all the way up until now, and it's like slowly breaking. Where it's like Romeo and Juliet, which is like a comedy in a sense.
You find that funny?
I mean, there's a theory that Shakespeare made it as a comedy of how absurd love is
Well, it is. Yeah. Love is love.
because they killed each other. I can't live with you. I'm gonna kill myself.
When you put it like that,
It's like
so funny.
it's absurd when you think about it.
Love is one of the only things that won't make sense, but you just.
But that's the absurdity of love. It's like it won't make sense because, yeah, I can't live without you.
I mean, based on the data, I mean, marriages are just dying out anyway. So I feel like maybe
But
it's
I
just
think
the concept that's going to be phased out, especially nowadays with our like generation. We have all these different concepts when it comes to dating. People are more fluid. Open relationships are coming up, like all those kind of stuff. So
I think love and marriage were separate and they became together. I think that marriage, like I said, was a political tool back in the day so families can keep power. Nothing to do with love.
I don't think it necessarily had to do with power. Well, sometimes yes, but on average, it had to do with survival.
No, I meant for like the royal families. As for the average person and the people who were, I guess, lower than the people who had power, it was just the survival thing. But even in the lower levels, I think it was like, yo, you can't, you have to marry into this family or you marry this family. Love meant nothing unless you were poor. Like, I think back then, during that time, like I'm saying like ancient times, like in Europe or whatever, the major families would marry off their children for political power to keep their family and royalty and all that stuff. But I think the average person during that time would fall in love, but couldn't find it.
Mm.
We have like I said, art and say like movies like the Titanic.
Mhm.
The most Rose was like,
Yeah.
yo, I don't like this,
I don't like
but
this
I have to marry this.
Yeah.
But Jack over here is going crazy.
Yeah, actually, I like him.
Love, marriage, separate.
Question for you, all of you, right? Will we be better off if we just kind of like focus more on loving somebody than, oh, we gotta get married, we gotta do this? Or does that the concept of marriage has to keep going?
The concept of marriage definitely has to keep going, literally for business reasons. I get that sounds crazy. However,
Elaborate.
But yeah, it's business.
because it's just like marriage really is just a business deal at this point. Like, you do not have to get married to be successful in this life. However, if you want to get far, you have to go together. And if you are lucky enough to find someone who is on your level in a way, you get married. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of financial advantages to getting married. So it's just like, yes, you can do a lot of stuff on your own, but once you find that partner who's also on the same timing as you are, you will get very far with a great partner. And hopefully they don't cheat on you, but you know.
How do you feel about the concept of marriage moving forward or staying or leaving or dying?
I don't think people are gonna stop getting married, but I don't think you have to. But marriage is a big cultural thing for a lot of people. There's still people getting married off in like different parts of the world.
Yeah, and there's still arranged marriages.
Yeah,
I went to India, and now it's not necessarily arranged, but there is a like arranged marriage app.
Oh Lord.
But it works out apparently from the people who have talked to me about it. Like, they go on the app, they find the person they want, they meet the family within the week, and then like within like 2 weeks they're married, and now they're planning on having kids and stuff. And like, everybody's happy from what I've seen, except for like one person. But like,
I feel like that's a
Yeah.
cultural thing because, like, I was using Europe as the example, but like you were saying, Africa and India, I feel like it's just marriages look different depending on the culture.
yeah, 100%.
Mhm.
That's anything in any culture.
So, being here in America, marriage is looked at as like, you got to get married, got to have the kids, and push it out.